So different here, and so passionate, so caring, and I can't tell you how many times in our staff meeting I've said that's an Arkansas thing, and it's always in a positive way. But people, they say, well, no, I ran into Walmart and this happened. I say, hey, that's Arkansas. You're welcome. You're welcome that you were able to come to our state. So yeah, it's been overwhelming a little bit, and it's been an honor.
Talk about that process. Must have been pretty exciting for you. You get done with the SEC championship game on a Saturday, and then almost within 48 hours, you're here in Fayetteville being announced as the head coach. Talk about that process.
Well, it was. There's little rumblings here and there during the week of the SEC championship game, and then on Sunday is when everything really kind of got rolling, and they came to see Jamie and I and sat out in our home and wanted to visit a little bit, and of course we were excited. To be honest with you, my hair was a little too long, so. Between working there at Georgia and Hunter and John.
Well, welcome in. It's our Friday edition of On the Hill with Pat Jenkins Sports Talk Radio, coming to you here from KDSJ 479. We're going to have a really neat show today. We're going to open up at 1:15. We've been trying to get him on, and, he's been in the lab working out, and, some academic things have happened. So we're finally catching up with 2022 wing out of West Oaks Academy in Orlando, Florida, Frey Ngumbi. He'll be joining us here at the 1:15 hour. We let you hear sit down from several months ago that we had with head football coach Sam Pittman, and we'll let you hear parts of that for those that never got a chance to hear us sit down, and some of the things that Sam wants to implement that you're seeing that he told us back then. You'll start to see when you hear what he has to say, and you look at the recruiting, and all those things will come to fruition to this point about Coach Pittman. But I'm gonna bring in my producer, co-host, my guy, Demetrius Johnson. I'll tell you. We may have a call-in, but he's not calling in. We will say, though, we'll be joined here momentarily by owner KDK's Chicken, Keith Kidd. He'll be joining us before we get off the show, so he can tell you of all those specials. But we want to give a thank you to the sponsors that make this show possible, first and foremost. With that being said, Lindsay and Associates, with an office location in Fayetteville, an office location also too in Rogers. That's Locomotion. It's located just below the Northwest Arkansas Mall in Fayetteville. Corey Beck's Custom Painting, and the one that he's about to join us momentarily before we end the show today, Keith Kidd, and he's down at KDK's Chicken down at 989 South Razorback Road. Go visit he and Kathy. Get some of that love. And like they say, it's not your mama's. The best chicken and waffles in the South. Meet us there or beat us there. That's KDK's Chicken at 989 South Razorback Road. But over to my guy. What's going on, my man? You got a big weekend coming up.
Yeah, I'm excited this week. I'm going to go down to Little Rock, go visit some other studios, do a little cooking for the weekend.
What you going to cook up?
The special sauce. I can't release the recipe, so I just have to let them know the special sauce.
And for those that can't catch us, where's all of our platforms, Demetrius, that they can hear as part of OTH?
Definitely, you can check us out on YouTube. That's On the Hill Sports Talk LLC. You can check some music and other media events that we hold on Sports Talk on Sauced Up Entertainment. You can find us on all music streaming platforms or podcast streaming platforms. That's On the Hill Sports Talk.
Well, I tell you what, momentarily, whenever we get the man behind the food, behind all the goodness, Keith Kidd, he'll be joining us momentarily. I'm going down there today. I'm going. I got to. I went a couple of days ago, and man, the lines, Demetrius, down at KDK. Man.
Yeah, man, it's been hectic.
Man, you made a good statement though. You said some people are now not even eating during the day, so they can say it themselves.
For sure.
What KDK's has to offer.
Hey, you got people standing in line before KDK's even open. It's a line already waiting for them to get there, so they be backed up by the time they open up.
Well, I tell you what, let's do something. Let's call Mr. Kidd. He's going to be working. And we'll just see what they got going on down there at KDK's. Just feeling kind of, in a good mood. I want to show somebody some love. We'll do a call in. How about that? Let's do a call in. Man, they're so busy, they're not even answering. We did a call in. See, the people we had to show people that you were busy, so we did a call in, Keith, down to KDK's, and we finally have him. He can only talk real briefly because I know he got a whole line. Mr. Keith Kidd down at KDK's Chicken. Welcome aboard.
Hey Pat, how you doing, man? Thank God it's Friday.
Keith, you guys are kind of like a major recruit for the Northwest Arkansas area when you talk chicken. What you got going on down there today down at 989 Razorback Road?
Man, we sending a lot of tenders and fries with waffle, and the line is long, but come on down. We'll take care of you, Pat. Man, we're having a good day today.
And if they want to call in the order, what's the number they can do so?
479-841-7300. Call it in. We'll take care of it.
Hey, with that, when you heard from him, we got to let him get back to work because I'm talking about them people wanting their chicken down there. They want to play to that love. So thanks, Keith. Thanks for your sponsorship of our show. And, hey, continue to make the best chicken in the South.
Come on down and get some of this love, Pat.
All right.
You know how we do it.
That was Keith Kidd down at KDK's Chicken. And we're going to take a quick break, let you hear more Sam Pittman, and then we got to get down to West Oaks Academy where we got to talk to Frey. This is On the Hill with Pat Jenkins on KDSJ 479. Let's get it.
State here as well. But in the state, if you're a Razorback, you've probably been a Razorback for many, many years. And you're born a Razorback. And so those things are so unique here. The people are so kind. And to be honest with you, I want to be the guy that came in here and we were able to turn the program back to where the University of Arkansas should be. And I wanted that burden on my shoulders. I wanted it. Because I knew I could hire people around me that felt the same way, that could coach and recruit. And we've done that. And so I wanted that pressure. I certainly have it, but I wanted it.
Initially, first day on the job, Brad Davis, a guy that you recruited to Oklahoma, coached. You know, he was in the building, but nobody knew Brad was in Fayetteville. Talk about that staff, and why was Coach Davis the first hire that you brought to Fayetteville?
Well, Brad, I knew, in my opinion, that he's the top offensive line coach in the country. I knew who he was. To be honest with you, I feel like Brad's my son. I mean, I do, and I know he's not. He's got a wonderful mom and dad. But I felt that way about him. I've loved him for a long, long time, since he was 18 years old, and I've been involved in his coaching searches, and hopefully I had some influence in some of the jobs that he was able to get. But I mean, you're talking about a guy that's been offered basically every job in America, every quality college job, a lot of them, let's say that, in America. And when I called him, it was like, for you? I said, no, for Arkansas. He said, I'm there, and he came. Then he stayed. Because he's had several offers since he's been here too, and he stayed faithful to the university and to the state and to myself. And he was the first guy. And I had been in contact with Barry when I thought maybe possibly Barry Odom, and maybe possibly I'd get the job. And I understand Barry turned some pretty nice jobs down himself to come be with us at Arkansas. So we kind of got it started rolling a little bit, and then I was sitting here on my phone rings, and if I don't have a contact, it doesn't come up with a contact, then I'm not going to answer it, and I'm not better than anybody. I just,
Welcome back. Still trying to make contact with 2022 wing Frey and Gumby out of West Oaks Academy in Orlando, Florida. Momentarily, the guy's got a lot going on, and we'll get him when we can, but we still got a lot we can talk about. The freshmen, the Pit Hogs, the first class of the Sam Pittman era, has made their way to Fayetteville. Demetrius, how much excitement are you feeling as we get closer and closer to what I do think eventually we will play football?
A lot. I think everybody feels the intensity and the energy around Sam Pittman with the recruits. A lot of guys feel this is a new era as far as rewriting Razorback history with the new captain, and I believe it's going to be headed in the right direction with Sam Pittman.
How many yards Rakeem Boyd goes for, and how many receiving yards does Trey Knox and Traylon Burks combine for? That's a tough question right there.
That is. I can tell you Rakeem for sure. I think Rakeem has another. I know he eclipses 1,000, but I give him 1,200 yards this year. I think this year he'll have a lot more explosive plays with less carries, because I think he's going to be able to give some of those carries up to guys behind him, but that'll allow him to have more explosive plays. I just think when you look at the tandem of running backs that we have, I think we have a good mix, but I think Rakeem could be that feature back that really just makes the most of his opportunity, knowing that this will be his last year before he tries to enter the NFL draft.
They have, I saw a stat that Arkansas has one of the more experienced offensive lines in the SEC, which I think that's going to bode well. You know, I've been real critical of this front five over the last 3 or 4 years, Demetrius, and kind of when you think back here over the last couple of years, they have grown up a little bit before our eyes. I thought Dustin Fry, the former offensive line coach of the past 2 years, was able to come in, and it was a mess under Coach Anderson, under Kurt Anderson. It was a mess, and I thought he was able to just teach the kids a little bit more of the fundamentals. I think they'll really advance under Coach Brad Davis and Sam Pittman. But it's a very experienced line, and for the most part, Demetrius, we can sit here and say that Rakeem has been pretty successful running the football in his 2 previous campaigns.
Definitely, and that was running the ball behind a mediocre line. I'm not scared to say that. I don't mean that in any disrespect, but we know Arkansas definitely had one of the bottom tier offensive lines just looking. But when you look at the experience coming back, I believe Myron Cunningham, that was somebody that was on our early watch list.
Yes.
That was
Ricky Stromberg, I think, was
Ricky
on the 4 team.
Yes.
SEC
so
team.
There's guys that have a reputation around the SEC as guys that have potential to be
Ty
great.
Clarely, a former Fayetteville local guy here.
Absolutely.
High,
and I think when you mix that in with Brad Davis and Sam Pittman, these guys really spark interest from these NFL guys. So again, I think you're going to see a drastic improvement from the offensive line from last year to this year.
I saw a statement. Coach really understands that if there's no football, Demetrius, and this is a very real possibility, there won't be any basketball. There will not be any fall sports if we don't have football. I mean, football is a very integral part of a lot of universities, and their expansions of the university, development of different departments on campus. You can take some of that football money and you can build that engineering building, that extra addition, or that extra English room that you may need. And here at Arkansas, as we've already said, 65% of the budget comes from football. A large portion here in the state of Arkansas that this is a must. I mean, it's just like, take for example, in the NFL. They're going to play football because, not everybody's making the $9-10 million. 60% of the guys in the NFL make less than $600,000 a season. I mean, they have to have it. And you're talking about a lot of these guys in their third year. This is the money year in year 4. They need this year to compete. And it's just like NCAA. I mean, they need college football. It's just too much of a fundraiser for the remaining parts of your university, Demetrius. I mean, it's just I know the COVID, and I'm real. I'm real aware of it, and I take it very serious. But at the end of the day, sometimes it's all about that money, my man. I mean, sometimes that's all it's about.
Yeah, what really gets me is high school. High school is a special time in an athlete's life, and you just don't get that full experience. I think with the COVID, it just kind of robbed these kids of experience.
Right.
And so many times
if they didn't play their senior year of high school football.
And I know we're a sports program, but it makes me go beyond the sports. I look at chess clubs, guys that do just different activities outside of athletics that now you can't even have those gatherings and go in and out of town to really do those functions. Right. So I think this COVID has really affected the way we conduct ourselves and this football thing. Football is kind of the leader of the torch. You were saying how if we don't have college football, we won't have college basketball.
Right.
And, you know, that's really, really not only going to hurt these colleges, but these high schools. We know that's how a lot of high schools get their donations. We know that's how a lot of these other programs like the band.
Right.
What's the band going to do? You know, we're still thinking about sports, but you got so many other programs that help create revenue for the school in general, and that's totally dismantled through this COVID.
I tell you what, let's open up the phone lines a little bit, Demetrius. We got some extra time, so if you'd like to chime in with us, you can reach us here at 601-7400, area code 479, with your questions. What are your concerns heading into this 2020 football season, and for all the upcoming fall athletic sports at your particular university that you support or that you're a fan of? Man, just so many question marks. So many question marks. I know Sam Pittman and that staff, though, they are really excited to have the freshmen get to campus. Guys like Malik Hornsby, Marcus Henderson, Ray Curry, Jalen St. John, Kyrie Johnson, Nick Turner, Ja'Cory Turner. You see where we're going? Uh-oh. We have the man. He has landed. We've been trying to get him for several weeks, but he made his way to us all the way from Orlando, Florida. 2022 wing from West Oaks Academy, Frey and Gumby. Frey, welcome to OTH.
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Doing real good, my man. Talk about it. Arkansas, when the first night that they could reach out to the class of 2022, Coach Musselman and staff made contact with you, Frey. Talk about that, that comment, and what were some of the conversations Coach Musselman and staff talked with you about?
The conversation was really, the coach was really, really showing love. It was like, he really liked my game. He liked the way I play, and he been watching my game last season. He said he watched all my game, and they really interested in me. So like, he was like, we gonna start recruiting you. We gonna build we gonna build. He said we gonna build something. So I was like, okay, thank you, sir. Then see, today we just keep on texting, and Coach Williams be calling my phone. Last week he called me, I think, 2 times.
Frey, talk about what you feel good about after your sophomore season when you sat down and watched your sophomore year. And also, too, what are some of the things that you're in the lab this summer trying to work on so that you can have a even more successful junior season?
I'll be working on my shot a lot, my shot and my handles. I'm trying to improve my shot and my handles because, like, I'm 6'8". If I want to go to the big school or go to the NBA, obviously that's the goal. I gotta be able to shoot the ball and handle. So I'll be working on my handles and my shot every day, almost every day.
How impressive is it for Coach Musselman to have as many NBA coaches? You talk about Coach Mosier, Corey Williams, who played. Then there's Boykins. To have that type of staff in place at Arkansas, if you choose to be a Razorback on down the road, as you have 2 years of high school basketball, how impressive is that to be able to have a staff that would be able to, show you some of the things that you would need to get to that next level, which is the NBA?
Yeah, definitely. I'm looking for a school who's gonna love me for who I am. The school gonna help me to make it to the next level. Also the school who's gonna help me, to get my education right. So I think Arkansas is a big school. It's a good school. The coach, they, and they do those things. I'm really, I'm really into it. Arkansas. Arkansas. I got Arkansas in my mind. Arkansas. I really got the school in my mind. So I just gotta keep in touch with the school, and we never know,
Right.
Maybe after this, I think I might come down there for a visit,
With the competition that you play down there in Orlando, Florida, at your high school, West Oaks Academy, talk about how that'll help you, prepare when you do make the jump to collegiate basketball.
West Oaks is a big school. You come to West Oaks to be great, not good, because West Oaks is a school West Oaks is just different, We play top team in the country. We play national tournament, and this year, this season is gonna be more, me, myself, and some AJ. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like last year we had some, people we left. They went to college. So now it's my. Obviously it's my time. I gotta step up. West Oaks is a good school. Like people here in Orlando scared to play it. you know. Like, yeah.
Talking with Frey and Gumby of 2022 wing out of West Oaks Academy there in Orlando, Florida. Frey, who are some of the NBA or collegiate players that you like to study parts of their game and add to the way you play?
I look up to Pascal Siakam, also Kevin Durant. You know, I really look up to Siakam a lot because he's from Africa like me, and he's 6'9". You know, he played the wing forward. Also, I mean, we both play the same position, so I just kind of compare my game to his game. So if I want to go to the next level, I gotta keep looking at him. You know.
Talking with Frey and Gumby of West Oaks Academy out of Orlando, Florida. Now, Frey, I come to West Oaks. I got my soda pop, my popcorn. I'm in the gym at the highest seat. The ball's thrown up. What type of basketball player am I going to see for 4 periods in Frey and Gumby?
Oh, you're gonna, I don't know, you're gonna be shocked and surprised, like, cause like you're gonna feel like you never see somebody play like that before. Cause like we go hard, we don't give up, no matter who you are, no matter where you from. If you come to our gym, we gonna play you, we gonna go against you, we gonna go hard. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You really gonna enjoy the show. Like you gonna be like, wow, I never see this kid.
Now, let's have a little fun, my man. We talked about this list. You and I riding around Orlando, Florida. I'm with Frey. The first 5 songs on the playlist, man, what are they?
Oh, you know, I listen to Lil Baby a lot. You know, the first song is Bigger Picture. And I listen to Lil Baby. It's on Major 9. You know Major 9? It's from Florida. And I listen to Major 9, Everybody, you know, No Love, No Friend. I listen to NBA Young Boy sometime and Kodak Black.
Oh, now we gotta definitely ride. You got the top down in Orlando, the sun shining on us, and we kicking it. Well, Frey, I want you to. I'm gonna make a statement, and young man, thanks for taking time out. I know you're still in the lab, getting better and better, and everything that you get going forward is well deserved. But when basketball is done with, for Frey and Gumby of Orlando, Florida, West Oaks Academy, he's played collegiately, realized his dream, and played in the NBA. When it's all done, what will Frey be doing with life after basketball?
After basketball, you know, I want to be. I want to be a businessman. You know, after basketball, I might stay inside basketball. You know, not as a coach, maybe as a trainer. You know, have kids. Go back to my community, to my people back home in Africa. You know, I want to help. You know, I want to be there for them. You know, support them a lot. But I didn't have that chance, you know. Right. I just want to make them feel good, and you know the future go good. I mean, I just want to make sure they're good, you know, the next for the next generation. So that's my goal. Go back home, help the community, you know, support them a lot, be there for them.
Well, Frey, man, you have a great future ahead of you. I've enjoyed having conversations each and every time we've talked. And, my man, good luck on your junior year. Now, this can't be the last time. You know, our show is your show, so we'll do some Frey updates throughout the basketball season. You down with that?
Yeah, I'm down. You know, anytime. You got my number. You can text me or call me anytime. You know?
All right. Hey, Frey, you have a good weekend, man, and good luck on a great junior campaign.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate you for the call.
That was Frey and Gumby, 2022 wing out of West Oaks Academy out of Orlando, Florida, Demetrius. When he say, he looks like the Greek freak for me, but I could see Pascal Siakam in him.
Definitely. I think they say the Greek freak just due to his body. You know, they do have a similar long, lanky, athletic build that you look like you can put some more muscle on and still have that fluent basketball movement because you don't want to get too big and stiff. But I think nonetheless, if he comes here, he can definitely develop and have that NBA type of training.
And it just goes to show, I mean, we talked about it long ago. If you go back and check out our shows when Coach Musselman was hired at the University of Arkansas, we said pace and space. You'll see a lot of guys between that 6'4" to 6'10" range that could stretch the floor. This is an offense. I mean, he wants to shoot threes and he wants to get to the free throw line. And I think that with the team that he's starting to put together and the talent that he's recruiting, guys like Frey, like Kaluma, like a Trey Alexander, Michael James. I mean, the list could go on and on. Deron Holmes Jr. These guys all go in that 6'6" to 6'8" range.
What gets me is this guy Frey is only a sophomore.
Yeah.
Or going into his junior year. That's unbelievable.
Yeah. I mean, look at the one. Alex Chiku comes to mind, the 2021 do all everything wing that they're out of Dream Christian Academy. But we're going to take a quick break, and we'll come back with much, much more. This is On the Hill with Pat Jenkins on KDSJ 479. Let's get it.
And I like chicken and waffles. It's a good place I can get some chicken and waffles. I know. KDK's Chicken at 989 South Razorback Road. Get on down there and see Keith and Kathy. Get a plate of that love. And like they say on their building, it's not your mama's. The best chicken and waffles in the South. They even got chicken wings. And they got these things called loaded fries. I think you might want to get on down there. Meet me down there or see me down there. KDK's Chicken at 989 Razorback Road.
Welcome back to our Friday edition as we're coming to a close of our Friday edition. So we're going to take a few questions through our Facebook or our YouTube live stream. If you have anything that you want to give to us, we're about to close it out. So Demetrius, for the next coming weeks, what do you think the main focus will be for this program going forward? I mean, I know they're supposed to report to the football field and go through kind of like some OTAs on starting July 13th. But what do you think is going to be the main focus for all of college football, in particular the SEC?
Yeah, I think it's just going to be building that physicality, that SEC brand of how they plan on playing football once they get those pads and shells on. So I think these guys are really going to see, that first week where they are physically from a conditioning standpoint. I think from then on you're going to see, hey, they're going to start identifying players of, okay, this guy seems most ready, so that when they get those pads on, hey, you're going to be one, this is one, you're 2, 3, and then from there we're going to see who going to bump or who going to play.
Well, I mean, that's going to wrap it up. Let's wrap that up today. We had a great week. We'll be back Monday with much, much more. Demetrius has to get out of town. Got to go. He's got to be on assignment for the weekend. And, with the weather being the way it is, we got to let him get out on the road and make his way down there safely. But we want to give a thank you to all the viewers, all of your questions, everything. Hey, we got some stuff, I'm telling you. J19, when you hear J19, we'll tell you about J19 as we get closer to that to what J19 is. But let's give a shout out to all our sponsors. With that being said, Lindsay and Associates, with an office location in Fayetteville, an office location also too in Rogers, Locomotion, just below the Northwest Arkansas Mall in Fayetteville, Corey Beck's Custom Painting, and KDK's Chicken. They're down at 989 South Razorback Road. Also too want to give a thank you to our guest today, 2022 wing out of West Oaks Academy in Orlando, Florida, Frey Ngumbi. He's going to be a major prospect for Coach Musselman and staff going forward. Keep an eye out on Frey. He's going to be a major prospect for a lot of people. But that's going to do it for our week. For the week, we'll be back. Like I said, great week, and thanks to all of you guys. It's been